Hello, NAF Nation. I hope that all of you are well and weathering this difficult time as best as can be expected. It's really hard to believe that we've been dealing with this pandemic for almost a year. Certainly, there's good news that more and more Americans are getting vaccinated, but I know that many of you have lost people who you love, and I grieve for you and with you. All of you, in one way or another, have had to change your lives to cope and to carry on. Students, teachers, principals, if ever there was a group who's risen to the challenge, it is you. The solutions are not perfect, we all know that, but they are best ideas put to work in the worst of times. Thank you for being resilient, creative, and laser focused on your work and the outcomes. This February, Black History Month, is a powerful opportunity to consider the outcomes that we're trying to achieve. Our NAF Nation knows all too well the challenges of dealing with systemic racism, and it's critically important that we seize opportunities for change. I have to say, I've never been prouder to be part of NAF. Across our network, there are incredible examples of the work that you are doing each and every day, aimed at bending the arc of justice towards racial equity. I'm deeply thankful that collectively our NAF Nation is committed to creating a country that is truly built on the ideal that all of us are created equal and all of us should have equal opportunities for success. That's one of the reasons NAF has teamed up with the Goal Setter campaign. Goal Setter is a really cool app that teaches students how to build and actively manage their own personal finances so they can meet important life goals. NBA stars like Chris Paul, Harrison Barnes, and Anthony Tolliver are all in with Goal Setter. And I really hope that all of our students seize this opportunity to get in the game with them. There's never been a more important time to learn skills that will build financial stability and economic equity. I know how hard our teachers are working to ensure that students have the opportunities and skills that will empower them to be agents of change. And I hope that at some point, each of you takes just a few minutes to reflect on what you've been able to accomplish in this regard, especially in a year when school has been so completely upended. You know this, but for many of our students, their school routine is the only constant in their lives. And the disruptions this year were particularly hard. But they've learned, by your example, that giving up is not an option, and success is, many times, measured by an ability to remain focused on reaching the end goal, even in the most abject conditions. In fact, the pandemic has prompted some really important conversations around meeting goals and how we need to change our own work, especially around NAFtrack certification. When we started NAFtrack 6 years ago, if you can believe it, it seemed like a really good idea that all the activities centered around school. But this year we realized we need to make NAFtrack less focused on school and more centered on students and what they are able to accomplish no matter where that important work is done. So we're no longer requiring all students to complete the same set of activities. We're providing flexible options to meet the internship requirements, and we're going to streamline the NAFtrack platform and technology to make it a lot easier to use. There's a lot of really helpful information on those changes to NAFtrack on our website, and there are also some options there to get some extra support to navigate those changes should you need it. Finally, I want to talk to you about the hard decision we recently had to make about NAFnext. It's going to be virtual. If there was ever a time that we could all use a really good dose of caring and community that comes from being part of the NAF network, this is it. But we have to be honest about the conditions we are dealing with, and your safety is our foremost concern. This I can promise you. We will use every bit of our creative energy to make sure NAFnext connects us all in ways that are meaningful, fun, and helpful to the work that you will do in the year ahead. So I want to say a true, heartfelt thank you to each of you for your commitment to keep moving forward. I hope that in this month in particular, you take a moment to recognize that the work you are doing is changing lives. And in so doing, you're reshaping our country for the better. I'm very proud to be part of your NAF Nation. Carry on, move forward, be open to change, and know most of all that the work that you are doing truly matters. Stay safe.